Today, I'm going to tell you guys everything you need to know about my Porsche 981. This thing is beautiful. I absolutely love it. So for those of you guys who are Porsche fans, don't take anything to heart. I'm just telling you guys my honest opinion about my Porsche.
So guys, I topped off the TPMS, everything's gravy in the Navy. I haven't driven the car, honestly, for like probably a month or two now. Not gonna lie to you guys, I wanted to make this video primarily to talk about Porsche because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and it's kind of a sad truth, and yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it here in a little bit. Let me just get on the main road. I really wanted to honestly make this video, guys, just because, you know, I'm a BMW enthusiast through and through. You know, I love building BMW wagons. I love rebuilding BMWs. Even an E92 328, as you guys can see, has been catching my attention lately. And that kind of stuff really ignites my spark for cars more than this Porsche Cayman S that I've modified to look like a GT4 and have a bunch of parts that a lot of die-hard track enthusiasts would absolutely love, like the multi-adjustment coilovers we added on here, the apexes, like a lot of nice mods, GT4 front bumper, GTS tails, GT4 rear wing, even though that's a replica wing, and the GTS rear diffuser. Those are all OEM parts in the rear as well. So a lot of sick parts were put on this car, and you know, I can't even get started with obviously the GT4 steering wheel. That's a GT4 style steering wheel with a GT4 style airbag, GT4 OEM door panels, chrono gauge also in yellow. Yellow seatbelts, as you guys can see. Like, I really didn't want to, I didn't want to cut any corners with this build. I really wanted to build like the ultimate Porsche to see if I can truly be a BMW lover and go over to Porsche. There's a lot of people going over to Porsche lately, and they've been saying all this great stuff, and I think I know why, and I think I know what I'm missing out on. So as you guys know, this is not a GT4. I can make it look like a GT4. It's not going to sound like a GT4. It's not going to ultimately drive like a GT4, but it still drives like a Porsche. When I take this corner, for example, and any other corner, and I accelerate, it drives really good. And that's something that, you know, I don't really get in any other car. If I get an F80 right now and take that corner, I'm gonna feel a little wobbly. In this car, it's like kind of like a go-kart. It really is planted, and I think that's probably why car enthusiasts on the track, or maybe even real car enthusiasts, maybe not like myself. I like to consider myself a real car enthusiast, but at the same time, I don't really drive my cars. I like to just drive them on the freeway, drive them in the city casually. I don't really break any laws. I think I'm a pretty law-abiding citizen for the most part, and not following like exhaust laws and stuff like that. But even then, most times I am. So like, I think what I'm trying to say end of the day is that I think this car is only really good for people that love the track. I really wanted to love Porsche. I ended up getting this thing from a salvage auction. We literally picked it up from IAA. It was honestly a really great experience. We got the thing towed home ourselves. You know, we started the rebuild journey completely, and to be honest with you, even throughout the rebuild, I was telling myself, I'm not really enjoying it. As soon as bringing the car back to the shop, I noticed that I'm not truly enjoying the rebuilding process, which is kind of odd because with the R8, I really was enjoying it, even though it was not a BMW. My M4, my F80, all those other BMWs I've owned in the past, all the M cars I've owned in the past, I've really enjoyed building them, and I really enjoy driving them. Even my brother's CS, for example. So this car is one of the few cars that I don't know why, from the start, it could just be me. I can't really say it's to the Porsche name themselves, but it's just not cutting it. Again, it drives nice. Does it drive like technically a $60,000 car? Because this is a Cayman S clean title. These things are going for around 55 to 60 around this mileage. You know, this is a salvage title, obviously, but end of the day, the damage was so minor, it doesn't make absolutely any difference. It was only 2 control arms, a fender, a bumper, and done. Like, you know, end of the day, it was barely any damage. It's not like this thing was really badly wrecked to the point to where something's throwing off the vibe of the car. Again, we added the GT4 door panels, a nice experience, beautiful steering wheel, but like, for example, this is just not great. The infotainment system is just not great. This looks kind of cool at first. I actually do like the way you have to adjust the heated seats and the climate and everything like that. That's kind of cool. Corona gauge is kind of cool. We had to add that, obviously. Otherwise, this car would have had it there, which would have made it super boring. The seats are kind of like whatever. They're nothing crazy. You know, the headliner is kind of like whatever. Honestly, the exterior the most really makes this car look like an exotic car. It just, I don't know. It honestly started to slowly linger on me. That end of the day, I think maybe I'm not really enjoying this because it's not really considered a track car. It's just the Cayman S. You can make it a track car, but the GT4, the GT3, and the GT2 are technically like actual track cars. They actually handle like a performance vehicle. The Cayman S's, I even think even maybe slightly the GTS's, they're more targeted towards, I feel like, dailyable cars. Like if you think about it, the Cayman is a 328. The Cayman S is like a 335. The GTS is like a 335 IS, and then the GT4 is like the M3. Just in a completely different tax bracket. And normal Cayman is the price of an F80 M3. So it's kind of like when you finish the F80 M3, you jump back into a 328 but with a Porsche badge, if you guys get what I mean. And that's kind of what I mean by like, I don't really see the bang for the buck. Yes, you get a Porsche badge. Yes, this badge looks pretty sick. But other than that, I mean, for the money that I'm into this car, which is I think roughly about $45,000 is what I'm into this car for a salvage title. Porsche Cayman S, heavily modified, I think very tastefully modified. I think it's a pretty decent deal. Unfortunately, I think it's only worth around 40, and I think that's probably what I'm gonna end up selling it at. You guys saw this build. I literally went with brand new Apex wheels. I went with brand new Michelin Palette Super Sport 4S's, which I don't normally do. I don't put new tires on a car that I'm gonna sell. I put natty auto parts on the car at decal that I got custom done for this car. I did a lot of research to make sure the natty on the wing also matches the rest of the car. I really wanted to make this car a car that I'm gonna truly enjoy and drive every single day, and might be the level up for me. But long story short, I guess as a BMW enthusiast, it really did not hit home, and that is something that I'm really honestly sad to say because I really wanted it to work out. And again, it has nothing really against the car. I think I'm just not as much of a Porsche lover. A lot of my friends like Porsche. My wife loves Porsche, but she likes obviously the GT ones. Those ones I can see why they're very desirable. Again, the Cayman S's, when they come stock, they're very undesirable, to be honest. The body doesn't look great. I added GTS taillights, GTS diffuser, which really made the rear end aggressive. I even added a GT4 wing in the rear to kind of really bring that rear end together, make it look like a GT4, and in my opinion, even better because the whole GTS parts I think look better than GT4 parts. On top of all that, we added the GT4 front bumper, which I think looks way better than the stock Cayman bumper, and then obviously the GT4 interior, the wheels, the suspension, the exhaust. We got a Borla exhaust on here. Again, all top-notch quality parts were put on this car. And long story short, if you're buying a Cayman S and it's coming like this to your front door, this is pretty sick. Like, if you really like Porsche and you get to see it, like if you guys see this car in person, it is really rad. But typically, oh, thank you, appreciate it. Some guy was literally waving at the car like, this is super sick. It is so sick. End of the day, you look at it, it looks so sick. The thing what I'm trying to say is, again, when I start a build, and it's not there for me, and then it gets to the point to where I like it, but I want to do much more to it, it's kind of like, it doesn't make sense for me. If you bought an F80 and you're absolutely in love with it, and everything you do on top is like icing in the cake, that's where it's like, okay, you really love it. You went from loving the car to really loving the car. I went from, okay, let me give Porsche a shot, to it looks good now. I like it. Is it my dream car? Is it even one of my favorite cars? Unfortunately, not. And that's the thing where I'm making this video to kind of really be honest with those guys who want to get Porsches. If you have jumped in an F80 and you think F80s are absolutely amazing, you're gonna look at this car and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be honestly disappointed. And I'm trying to be transparent. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. For those of you guys who doesn't really care too much about a fast car, doesn't really care too much about the interior, and just purely care about the way the car handles and the way it aesthetically looks from the outside of the car, that's where you come and get a Porsche. I remember I even took this thing out of service at Porsche, oil change at Porsche, coolant job at Porsche, because I really love the car, and I was like, I want to get everything on the Carfax. I really wanted to love the car. I think that's what I was trying to say. It really sucks. At the end of the day, I'm trying to sell this car. And obviously, if one of you guys buy it, that's even better for me. But I have to be honest to myself and you guys at the end of the day. my biggest marketing platform is my social media, but I don't like to market a car as the best car or something that's amazing. I'm a huge believer in bang for buck, and for $45,000, I genuinely believe you can get much better cars. Just because it's a Porsche badge, I don't think can justify the price tag. But for those guys who are in the market to look for a Cayman S, I'm pretty much pricing this lower than a clean title that's stock at the same miles. And this thing was ran through, everything upgraded, everything maintained really well. And for those guys who are looking for a Porsche, you know, hit me up. It would be a blessing for me, but at the same time, you guys are getting a super sick car. I literally just got somebody that waved. This thing from the outside looks insane in person. And I'm actually gonna go get a car wash right now, get some pictures taken of the car so we get you listed up for sale. It is officially registered, so I'm super happy about that. But yeah, this is basically just an update video. Let's go ahead and get this car washed, take it back to the shop, get some photos done on this car, and get her listed up, because I want to go ahead and take the money from this car, reinvest it, and actually just go full throttle in the F81 M3. I don't want to have any more of my time focused on any other cars other than the F81 M3, and I want to start making content with the E91 M3. I need to start modifying that thing. I want to start painting that thing. Those are my goals for 2025, is to actually build the F81 M3, paint the E91 M3, and potentially get an IA daily. I don't know what it is about an IA daily, but they're coming down to like 26, 27K with high mileage, clean title. And I think for 50 MPG, doors that go up, BMW that's fully decked out, Harman Kardon, Apple CarPlay, all that good shit, it's an amazing daily driver. And again, I'm all about bang for the buck. And for 80 grand, I don't know why I did that to begin with, but I truly enjoyed that car. Everything happens for a reason. And now I want one, especially at $27,000, $25,000. Great bang for the buck.
Hey. Don't go shooting all the dogs, cause one of them got fleas. Don't just listen to these songs and think that you got grease. They just lyrics, I'll be venting to this mic, it's therapy.
Little clean F80 Alpine White just passed this right there. I can't wait for my Alpine White F81 to be complete. That thing's gonna be so rad. Oh, what the heck? There's an F82 M4 just chilling there. That is pretty clean. See, that's a sign, bro. That's a sign, guys, to build the F81 M3. Literally just found an F80, an Alpine White, and an M4 F82. That's pretty rad. All right, I got a bunch of quarters. Let's get this bad boy cleaned up. So, guys, we got the car in the shop, and it looks so good. Honestly, every time I wash one of my cars, I'm just looking at it, I'm like, wow. Like, look at that thing. That thing is fine. So anyways, guys, like I said, nothing wrong with this Porsche. Absolutely love it. I mean, end of the day, it's a great car. I just wish it was a little bit cheaper. I think if these cars, I guess if the price that it's currently at 40, which is what I'm into at $45,000, if that was the price of a clean title, it's fully justifiable. But a stock one of these that doesn't look anything like this for $60,000 with similar miles is kind of ridiculous. And you want to make it look like this, it'll probably be around honestly around $75,000 to make it look like this. I'm into it $45,000 to make it look absolutely amazing. I think it's a good deal. If it was a clean title for $45,000, I think it'd be a great bang for the buck. But salvage title for $45,000, I think is a lot of money. It's not a lot of money for the car, because that's what it's worth, but it's a lot of money in terms of value. I feel like I could literally get an E92 M3 and a BMW i8, both clean titles, and I can enjoy those more than the Porsche because I'm just not a Porsche fan. So yeah, that's kind of the sad reality of this car, but at the same time, it's just my personal opinion. A lot of you guys are probably gonna bash me in the comments, or a lot of you guys are gonna be like, yes, Nour, finally, bro, let go of the Porsche, get back to BMW content. That's just what I am. That's who I am since day one. I absolutely love my BMWs, and I just need to start getting back to those and start building those. Forget anything else other than BMW. I want to just focus on that for now. So yeah, guys, this thing will be posted up hopefully here soon. That's gonna have to conclude this video. I told you guys my goals for 2025, and I'm gonna go ahead and chase them hard this year. So yeah, I'm even considering on starting a podcast. Actually, no, I am starting a podcast channel. So that will be hopefully here soon. I want to fill you guys in with my life. I want to fill you guys in with my journey and starting my business, my YouTube channel, everything like that. And I just have a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm just a guy. I'm just a talker. I love talking. I want to talk to some of you guys. I want to actually get some of you guys on the podcast, get to know some of you guys, and just chat it up and talk about some important things in life that I just feel like would be good entertainment content. So yeah, never thought I'd ever consider a podcast channel, but I figured might as well because I talk a lot. Anyways, guys, that's gonna have to conclude this video. I love you guys so much. Remember to stay humble. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.